welcome back to the channel. There, Papa's Posse. Once again, it's time for Papa's comic books, coffee, and more. Now, before we begin, I just want to point out that new QR code I have. If you'll scan that QR code, it'll take you to both my eBay page, the YouTube channel, and my Instagram page. Alrighty. Are we ready to get going? Before we get started, here we go! We are going to read Marvel Comics Group 2001 A Space Odyssey. Beast Killer is the premiere issue number 1. This book was 30 cents back in 1976. It's based on the Stanley Kubrick movie. It's by Jack Kirby and Mike Royer. Now don't forget, before we get started, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. Also, if you'd hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the like button, I would really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought, okay? All right, let's get into this book. I think it's going to be a long one. Where are we going? Somewhere in the dawn of time, we began. Somehow, in these perilous times, we keep moving on. And sometime in the future, something will happen to change us. The process of change began eons ago with a creature called Beast Killer. The monolith may be the cause. It does not belong to this world, yet it does belong to us all. Read on and behold its awesome secrets. New Orleans, as it was in the geological period known as the Miocene Age, any evidence of a great city on this site will be long in coming. However, at this moment, the Neo-Man called by his fellows, the one who hunts alone, waits in the branch of a tree, his nerves taut, his club poised, his eyes riveted on the game below, selecting the animal. This land abounds with game. If I do this well, I shall not return in hunger to the cave. The stone spirit itself has told me this. The lone hunter is hungry, but he has ignored smaller game in pursuit of a bigger, swifter beast, for this ancestor of modern man has already developed a cunning Sorry about the jump there. Let's continue. He doesn't run with the pack that hunts afoot. He has visions and methods not common to his fellows. It is thought that this hunter is in union with an evil spirit that lives in stone. The others are not to be seen. It is good. Yes, he is different than the others. It has come to him that on the ground the game is not only swifter, but more dangerous. Perched in the tree, he can hope for a new advantage that will aid him in the hunt. I hate the others. They shun the stone spirit and cannot hear its voice. The moment comes, the hunter launches himself into space and upon his startled prey. I must strike now. Procamulus, whose descendants would one day adapt to the parched deserts, bolts in terror as the hunter drops from above. Fear drives its long legs to great speed, but the attacker hangs on with savage determination. Hiya, this one is big. He is swift, but I have caught him, even as the stone spirit said I would. And then you can learn how to play the guitar. And here we go. Elation and ferocity simultaneously fill the hunter as he clubs his kill to the ground. His heady bellows of triumph rise toward a joyous peak until the sudden appearance of other hunters. See this? He has caught a long leg. He is not yours alone. We hunger too. The pack is met by a rage with which cannot contend. One after another falls victim to the bite of a flailing club. Begone! Crack! Pow! Cram! Like a bull mammoth in full charge, the one who hunts alone batters his adversary senseless. Then the others flee. Their bones ache and their hearts quake with the fear as they are literally driven from the scene by the bellowing brother of evil spirits. Once more the hunter turns to his prey, but despite its injuries, it is already on its feet and speeding for the cover of the forest. Each step takes it further out of reach of that deadly club. The beast escapes. Giving chase on foot proves fruitless. The pursuer is more ungainly than the pursued. The hunter's dinner is soon lost to him. He will have to content himself with smaller game. Had I slain the long leg with my first strike, he would now be mine to take back to the cave. The lone hunter drops the pursuit. I attacked like a beast from the tree, he reflects, but I could not kill soon enough. Not with this club. It cannot sink into the vitals, as do a predator's fangs. This club has failed me. Time and again, he's seen the fair saber-tooth dispatch his victims with his tusk-like teeth. Yes, that is what he lacks, the irresistible kill power of those sharp fangs. It is time to go back and consult the stone. The stone spirit is wise. It knows all there is to know. I will talk to it and ask it for a long, sharp tooth. Meanwhile, the thwarted pack rubs its wounds and groans in dismay as the fury of the mad one who has set them on their heels. He has indeed begun given power by a stone spirit, but he keeps others from his cave so they cannot behold it. He could have slain all of us. He is truly in league with his power spirit. We must see the spirit. We must seek it out and take its power. I wonder if that's how you take its power, with muscles. It is decided to follow the lone one. It is decided to observe the spirit. Stalk him in silence. He must not be aware of us. When we take this spirit power, we shall kill the one who hunts alone. The pack stealthily proceeds across the plain until they come within sight of the place where the hunter lives. Then they fearfully pause and stare. The sun is low in the sky, and it is difficult to discern objects before them. But soon there is little doubt as to what one's eyes behold. The spirit stone truly exists. It is one of shape never seen before. Surely no stone has been known to stand in mid-air. The alien monolith defies gravity and man's understanding, but somehow it makes sounds and communicates with the creature it has chosen. See, he speaks to it, but how does it answer? It is said that its voice enters his head. The lone hunter shows complete faith in the thing. He treats it as one does a companion. I know now what to do. I will make a tooth. Somewhere in his brain, a thought is stimulated. He finds a dead tree and breaks off a short, thick branch. He seems fired by his deed. His eyes dart among the nearby stones until he picks one of his sharpness he desires. Then he jams it into the branch shaft. With a stout vine from a tree, the lone hunter binds the stone to its shaft. It is a crude tool, but it satisfies his needs. This activity is all too mysterious for the onlookers, yet they watch in wonder, for they've never seen one possessed by a strange spirit. When the saber-tooth suddenly strides into the clearing, his roar breaks the spell and sends the pack scampering. For safety he is hungry, and the scent of many is strong. Smilodon is the king of killers. His attack is devastating, and even the mammoth is not safe from his hunger. He cuts off the loner from escape and leaps to administer a quick death. But the prey does not flee. Instead, it meets the attack with a ferocity equal to the saber-tooth's. The night's meal has chosen to fight back. The hunter's arm flashes high and comes down with the desperate strength. Saber-tooth roars time and time again, and first the knife plunges deeply into his hide. When the savage struggle ends, it is Saber-tooth who dies. His limp carcass is clutched like a trophy in the curled fist of the hunter. He has been beaten by a creature he has never feared. He moves no more. Sabretooth is dead. He is dead. The hunter returns to the monolith in triumph. He has made a fang, and it has done its work. He capers, he shouts, he roars. There is no beast that is safe from this tooth. The monolith glows strangely, and hums with odd sounds. This can slay Sabretooth. The spirit does not lie. Does the stone spirit scoff? Surely it has seen what this tooth has done. Can any beast escape its death bite? The tooth must reach the swiftest beast on the wing of foot. When it reaches them, will it kill? A longer branch is broken, and a longer shaft is made. Hunger is never-ending condition. The time to hunt comes again. The Neo-Man seeks out the fleetest of prey. He must test the truth in his thoughts. The soft, graceful animals, bound from his approach like the rush of wind, his singles out a running target and raises the tooth. It is now long and slender, and it balances smoothly his hand. His mind and lungs roar with the truth. I will reach and I will kill. A new age begins for the first throw of a spear, the one soon to be known as Beast Killer. To those who watch and emulate him, replace the Sabretooth as the most feared animal on Earth. He will not only survive through time, but his progeny will dare to roam the vastness of space. The Bridge of Centuries bears this out. In the year 2001, astronaut Woodrow Decker makes an important find on an asteroid between Mars and Jupiter. This thing is useless. Useless! Derek rages at the cold stars. They've brought him triumph over the occasion. His supreme tragedy is death. Decker, are you mad? That's no way to handle priceless artifacts. Why don't you shut up, Mason? Shut up. In another few hours, we'll be all dead as the builders of these ruins. Ha 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 ha. Why don't you laugh, Mason? This is a joke, a cosmic joke. It's no time to laugh. Your nerves do you thinking either? I'm not freaking out. I'm just angry at hitting the jackpot at my own funeral, that's all. But the ball game's not over yet, man. We're still alive. The game was to probe deep space for signs of intelligent life on the outer planets. Now it is like winning after the crowd has gone. We're marooned on this asteroid, but it's no reason to lose hope of rescue. Oh yeah? Look there, Mason. How's that for a reason? Try stringing your hopes on that. On the horizon, their ship burns furiously. When the flame has died, no part of it will be intact and usable. Communications, spare oxygen, food, everything necessary for survival is turning into ashes. Still confident, Mason? Yes, Flight Control knows we're missing. They won't let us down. Sure, like the Tooth Fairy. You're a hard-nosed, Mason. You don't know when it's all over. Come on, Decker, we found a civilization here that may have died before ours ever existed. It is strange that Woodrow Decker, a direct descendant of Beast Killer, has the drive for discovery but lacks the will to fight. Do you realize that we may be the first living beings to enter this place in ages? The thrill of that thought eludes me now. Yet, in the cracks and crevices of the ruin, there are things which have fought for life and survived uncountable eons, where life should be negated. It rises from its time, warns shelter, and reaches for its prey. Then it strikes. Who, Decker, help me! Hang on, Mason! Mason's cries are suddenly cut off, and the creature's tentacles crushed his life support system. It's killing him! All my pounding with this rock won't stop it! Monolith mail. Superheroes assemble! Decker is seized by panic and terror. He has a last glimpse of Mason in the grip of the monstrous tentacles. Death has come to him swiftly and painfully and stamped his ashen face forever with the agony. Oh no. Suddenly a tentacle lashes out and blasts Decker with a natural energy force, a bone-shattering impact. Mason! Oh, crack! Decker is hurled against the wall and is stunned into immobility. Mercifully, he cannot see the final act of the tragedy. I can't see Too weak to stand. Gotta make it to my feet and help Mason. With a Herculean effort, Decker regains his strength. He turns to see the tentacles vanish into the depths. Then he screams, "Mason! Mason!" As if in mocking response, he cries. The rune trembles and shudders and cracks apart. Rumble, rumble, rumble. The rune, it's crumbling. I'll be crushed. Then Decker's instincts take over. He runs for his life. Death seems to reach for him. Everywhere, the floor splits into 100 gaping mouths, eager to engulf him. No, no! The sight of this waiting monolith does little to slow his stride. It activates and glows. It waits to receive him, as it did his long-forgotten ancestor. Decker suddenly feels the ground give way and leaps at the monolith. This is the way it must be for Decker, as it began with Beastkiller. The chain of destiny forged by the monolith closes its last link. Uh-oh, what's going to happen to Decker? For what is the monolith but an alien intelligence which has chosen man for an experience beyond his knowledge? Decker is whipped into the crucial stage of that experience. Gone is the asteroid and his dangers. Borne on beams of cosmic light, Decker streaks through time and space, through galaxies and island universes, where sights that stagger the mind assault his senses. World upon world, bizarre maddened houses, unleashing their armies of living things, which only those men chosen by the monolith will ever see. Decker himself is traumatized by the visual battering of the spectacle. In his present form, he cannot survive the experience. Decker must be changed. A beast killer became man. Decker must become something else. Thus the monolith has prepared an environment. It is the last stop on Decker's journey. It is merely a place for Woodrow Decker to rest and change. When Decker opens his eyes, a kind warm sun soothes him with gentle rays. There is the sound of the birds in the blue sky and the comforting softness of sweet-smelling grass beneath him. What is this place? How did I get here? Decker's space suit has mysteriously vanished. He inhales clear, fresh air and slowly rises. Then he sees the boy. Hi there, young fella. Mind telling me where I am? Why, this is home, Woody. You sure like napping on the grass, don't you, Woody? It's getting late, though, and you've got a long hike back to the house. Yeah, it's time to get going. I got going. You know I haven't felt this fine in ages. Decker's memory of past terrors has faded. His mind clings to what he sees about him. Here he can dream and feel secure. He takes on the road provided by the monolith and special company created for him. What's your name, friend? I seem to have forgotten your name. Don't matter much. You can call me Bill if you like. The road is long. It twists and turns and becomes an upward slope. Decker feels the faint signs of fatigue, unaware he is not covering distance, but accelerating his own aging. We gotta walk faster, Woody. You'll never make it to the house before sunset. You're right, Bill. I'll give it a little more steam. Oh, look at that. Spider-Man likes Twinkies. The aging process is swift. Woodrow Decker will live out the rest of his lifetime in a matter of minutes. I'm sure getting bushed, Bill. Can't understand it. Let's go, Woody. It's late. Late. It is late, indeed. The sun is setting, and the boy is soon lost to the view. Decker's alone, weary, older. What began with Beastkiller cannot stop. The destiny shaped by the monolith has taken ages to complete. Decker is the last step to the forming of the new seed. I'm really tired. My legs feel like lead weights. The moment is almost at hand. The astronaut is a man of 70 and aging faster. Can't go on, must rest. Decker's body seems no longer capable of continuing the journey. It sags, it slumps, it sways on rubbery limbs. Age rapidly overcomes stability. Decker will never see the house that lives at the end of the road. For him, the road ends here, at the very spot. It is time for the change. The patient monolith has waited 10 million years for Decker to shed himself of life and leave his shell behind as material for another. Decker's last breath is upon his lips. The monolith appears as the light fades from his eyes. What remains of Decker stares without seeing. It faces the monolith like clay awaiting the first touch of remodeling. The transformation begins. Atoms shift and play and sing their song of ageless triumph. A web of gross-mere transparency forms to contain what transpires within its folds. Decker is gone. In his place is something that he could never describe, yet it lives to continue a journey no modern man could complete. Thus the environment vanishes. There is no longer a need for it. The new seed emerges, well adapted to the home it is designed for, space and time. What is its purpose? What is its destiny? They can no more be defined than the alien mind which has made its existence possible. But it is not the first of its kind. There have been others. There will always be others, as long as the earth breeds human life. In a never-ending universe, this strange, never-ending process continues. The new seed answers the call of the beckoning cosmos as the monolith awaits for maturing of the next to come. Next vira, the she-demon. Okay, well that was Marvel's Comic Group 2001, A Space Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope, don't forget now, hit that QR code. It'll take you to my eBay page, my YouTube page, and my Instagram page, okay? And don't forget now, this book and others are available on my eBay page, Pappas-Comic-Books. Also, hit that subscribe button down below and give me a like. It really helps me out, helps out the channel. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought about this reading, okay? And as Papa and Monolith and Decker always say,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.